Well, good evening and welcome to the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series live at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And this is chase race number 1 of 5. So that's right, we're in the chase, the championship. Going to have 5 races to determine this season's champion. The defending champion coming into the chase is the number 30 of Justin Gann. And over the next 5 races, we're going to see if Justin can defend that title. But I want to welcome everyone back to the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series on this Thursday night. We're going to have some awesome racing here at Atlanta without a doubt. There's still about 6 minutes left in practice. So we'll watch some of these guys get around the track here at Atlanta when we find one on the track. But chat it up in the chat tonight if you want. We'll respond to those. And so far you got Vern in the booth. I'm sure Michael McCauley will be in here. He's probably stocking up on his bootleggers, his Johnny bootleggers right now. So I'm sure we'll see McCauley after he gets stocked up on them. Nation 01, on the other hand, he's probably abducted by aliens once again. Apparently those abductions happen a lot in West Virginia, so. But we are at Atlanta tonight. And we're going to see, I believe it's 100 and, I can look right here. I know it's 130 or 135 laps. 135, so we're going to have 135 laps for you here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. And we're watching a car on pit road, so we'll go to the racetrack and get on this 18 car right here, Casey Duncan. One of the drivers this season I don't feel like I've given enough airtime to. KC got a good-looking number 18 car right there with the 4X on it. And he's going to bring it to pit road now, too. Probably some mock qualifying runs going on, if I had to guess. You see the 00 right there. Nick Hunt going out on the racetrack right now. Down to about 4 minutes in practice right now. Looks like our fast driver in practice is going to be that 5 car, Chad Osborne. And probably people are wondering who's in the chase. Well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to take a look at the point standings. And I might work backwards up, but it doesn't matter because they're all even in points. So right now, all the drivers, 16 of them, are going to start even in points. Basically zeroed out. And those drivers, and we'll try to pull them up here one by one. Since we got 3 minutes left, I'll see if I can go fast enough to do this. We'll get a little better camera view while we do it as well. That one didn't work. There we go. 16 car right there, Joshua Kanata. Kanata come into the chase with 1 win this season, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10 finishes. Kanata won recently, and that 16 car has been pretty solid in every race that I've seen him in. So he's going to definitely be a contender here. Not just at Atlanta, but throughout the next 5 races. So we're going to find our second one on the chase list here. And I'll go through them as I find them. Well, he's out of his car right now, so we're not going to be able to see him. That's going to be the 27 car of Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell knocking out a solid 6 top 10 finishes and a top 5 this season. So that 27 car, we've seen him fast at some of these mile and a halves. Might want to watch out for him at Atlanta here. Next on the list, and this one isn't going to surprise anyone. Based off the performances we've seen this driver put on. And I'm trying to find his car. There it is right there, 22 car, Todd Cray. We talk about the performances we've seen the 22 put on in the City Chevrolet. Those performances include 2 wins, 4 top 5 finishes, and 7 top 10s. So Todd Cray definitely one to keep an eye on over the next 5 races. And one of the drivers in the chase is one that we just had an eye on, and he's back out on the track again. That's going to be the number 18 right here, Casey Duncan. Duncan making a 5-race chase. He's had a little more up and down, but we've definitely seen him fast and at the front of the field on more than one occasion this season. So maybe that 4X18 machine can get it dialed in right here over the next 5 and be a strong contender in a chase as well. So we'll go back to the 6th driver, and this guy needs no introduction. It's that 30 car right there, the defending Hyperdrive Cup Series champion. That's Justin Gann. So Gann back in the chase again, 3 wins this season. That 30 car strong week in and week out. He's going to be a strong contender to repeat his title run. So watch out for the 30 here at Atlanta. What's going on, Mr. McCauley?
What's going on, Vern?
I'm going through the chase drivers. The next one I'm going to go to is the 14 of James Ganir, but he's not in his car, so we won't be able to take a look at that. And we're going into qualifying now, so I'm just going to go over names and numbers. I'm changing it, McCauley. So your next chase driver, that's going to be the bootlegger, Tommy Haynes in the 17 car. And then you go back the 00 of Nick Hunt. He's in the chase as well. And we know Nick's been strong in qualifying, racing. He just needs his luck to turn around, and it might be over the next 5 races that we see the 00 wind up in victory lane, McCauley.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to do it.
Yep, so then the 99 of Jarrett Lipstruer. That cat knocked off a win, didn't he, McCauley?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was real excited about it too. So it was good to hear him, the excitement in his voice after he won that race. And I'm telling you that 99 car's just been coming on at the right time. So he's clearly one we got to keep an eye on. And then our buddy, we'll call him the gentleman, Gary May, 10 car. He's one of the chase drivers too, McCauley. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's not surprising the way he ended the season. So
yeah, he ended it strong. We're going to try to get on board with somebody maybe in qualifying here too while I'm going through this. And we'll throw our in-car up right there, but Gary May in the 10 in the chase, and you got no surprise here. The number 4 car, Andrew Mraz. He's going to be a tough one in the chase. Mraz has a win this season. He's got 3 top 5 finishes with 7 top 10s out of 10 races, so that ought to tell you how strong the 4 car is. He's got the numbers there. His teammate does too. That's the 51 of Michael Mueller. He's also in the chase with a win, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10 finishes. So that whole team's going to be tough. Lipstruer's on that team as well. You got Chad Osborne in the 5 car. He's also in the chase. You got Michael Robinson in the 26 car. He's going to be a chase contender here. The 11 of Gary Wells. And then rounding out the chase drivers here is going to be that number 56 of John Wimbish. So that's going to be your 16 drivers, is that right?
Yep.
Yep, definitely 16 as I count down that list. So we got that sorted out, McCullough.
You got the counting down.
Yeah. And we're going to try to find another driver out here, but I don't know if my... There we go. We're on board with the bootlegger, Tommy Haynes. Making his lap around Atlanta. Going to come across here, and I don't see a time yet. I don't know if there's a malfunction going on or what.
Unless that was his warm-up lap there.
Might have been warm-up right there because he didn't lay a time down. And you heard him go into fifth gear right there down the back straightaway. And he's all the way at the top of the track right now. Oh, and he's in the outside wall, so that lap definitely won't count. I think he started celebrating with the bootleggers too early, McCullough.
Never too early.
Yeah, that lap's not going to count, and it's going to be tough coming on this lap right here. So 26 is Michael Robinson. And 77 is Derek Rowley. Thanks for coming into the stream there, Kenny. Jessica, good to see you back. And Michael McCauley, great to have you in the booth tonight.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So Haynes' second lap is going to count, but he had a little damage on the front, and it's going to put him 15th on the speed chart. We're going to try to find somebody who's qualifying right now.
I think they're all done, actually.
Yeah, I think Mueller just finished up, too, so we watched the bootlegger go. There's Mitchell Robinson right there in the 87, but he's not going anywhere. Man, I'll tell you, I talked about him earlier, and he must have heard me when we were going through the order there, McCauley. That
Yeah.
00 car, nice qualifying effort tonight.
Yeah, third.
He's on it. We got to look at the starting grid, and we'll do that in a few seconds here because they'll start, they're going to do a driver's meeting as they get ready to grid up right here as they do week in and week out. It's Swift Motorsports with a Hyperdrive Cup Series, and they're going to get those guys. They'll start lining up, and we'll start getting our shit together a little better in the booth, won't we, McCauley?
Slowly but surely we will.
I feel like I'm completely disorganized here tonight, but I'll work on that.
It happens.
I
can't tell.
I need a pretty little thing like I had last season, which was the, it was like a grid of the chase. So it showed who was in the chase, and it was a nice little grid of it, and I need one of those again. But I didn't see one, so I couldn't swipe one. Maybe is there one in the general chat and Discord, McCauley?
Let me check. Yeah, there is.
Is it for the Cup Series?
Nope, that one's not the Cup.
It's for the ARCA Series, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I need one for the Cup. So we got some drivers lining up right here. There's our third place starter. Oh, I just give it away before I went over the starting grid. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking tonight.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I looked through there and I couldn't find it, so we'll maybe get one for next week or put something together for it. You see the drivers are starting to get lined up right now, and I'll tell you, one of those guys I talked up a little bit, one of the chase drivers, put her P1 tonight. You're going to find out who that was in just a minute. We're going to let a few of these guys get seated in their hot rods here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I'll tell you what, it was a hot one out today.
Oh, it was.
Hopefully they got their cooling suits on in those cars. And hopefully the cooling suits are working, right, McCauley?
It's something if they're not.
Make a person pass right out, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. How hot it was today, you could easily do that.
Get down here in the south around Atlanta and down where I'm at in central Florida, man, it gets smoking hot. But it's hot everywhere right now. And triple-digit temperatures out west and up in Pennsylvania where you're at's pretty warm.
We're at 98 today.
98 beat me by a few degrees. I think we hit like 94.
I forget what the heat index was. It was like 110 with the heat index.
All right, so our pole sitter's up. We're going to take a look at the grid and starting on the pole. You better watch him. That's Joshua Kanata in the 16. That 16 car's been fast. He's got to win this season, and he's going to be dangerous in these 5 races for the chase. Agreed, Macaulay?
Yes.
Starting outside of him in that 5 car right there, you see it, Red Bull on the hood. That's the 5 of Chad Osborne, starting second. Starting third, maybe the luck changes for this driver right here in the chase, that 00 of Nick Hunt. And if it changes, watch out. The 00's been fast all season long, qualified well, and another good qualifying effort here in Atlanta at the 1.5 miles for Nick Hunt in the 00 car. But starting to his outside, and he hasn't gridded up yet, but he don't really need to. We know that 30 car. That's Justin Gann, the defending champion of the Hyperdrive Cup Series. So Gann's got 3 wins this season, and we know he's going to be a threat.
Yeah, he'll be up there at some point.
He'll definitely be a threat to back it up and repeat here. So then we're going to go back to the 5th place starter, and I'm proud of this guy here tonight. He's starting to turn up the heat a little bit. That blue Napa car right there, Mr. John T. Wimbish. So good qualifying effort in the top 5 for Wimbish tonight. To his outside in 6th is going to be that number 14 next to him of James Ganir. So we're going to find our 7th place starter, and that's going to be, everybody knows him. He's got a couple of wins this season too. And he's definitely got a fan in YouTube every week, week in and week out, and probably more than one of them, probably 100 or so of them, we'll call it. Thousands of them. That's the 22 of Todd Craig. To his outside is a guy we've had in the booth quite a bit. He's called some races with us even. Hopefully he don't have to help us call no races over the next 5, though. That's the 51 of Michael Mueller.
It's fun to have him in the booth, but we don't want him up right now.
I don't think that he wants to either. Mueller's starting 8th, by the way. So 9th place starter right behind him's that black and green car. He's in the chase. That's the 18 of Casey Duncan. And to his outside in 10th, we talked about him. He's last week's winner, actually. That's the 99 of Jarrett Lipster. So Lipster will be one to watch out for. All right, Macaulay, take it over.
All right, and starting 11th, we have Mitchell Robinson in the 44, but it shows 87. 12th, we got Gary Wells in the 11. 13th on the inside is going to be Derek Rowley. 10th, and I think he actually missed the grid, is going to be Gary May. So he'll have to start at the end of the field here. Starting 15th will be Jonathan Cogswell. 16th is going to be Tommy Haynes, the bootlegger. And that may be your field right there. Actually, in rounding out the field, it's going to be Michael Robinson.
Yeah, Michael Robinson in the 26 car will round out the field. We're going to get back to the front of the field right here. As you see him 2 by 2 behind the pace car at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Maybe we can get a little bit better. There we go. There's a little better camera view for us, Macaulay. Little better. Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series live at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You got Vern and Michael in the booth once again tonight. Chase race number 1. This is exciting, Macaulay.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
This is where we get all fired up. You got the bootleggers ready?
I didn't get them out.
Man, pace cars in. And we're off to green flag racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. Man, Kanata's trying to just check out there on them guys a little bit.
Yeah, that was a good launch there by him.
I haven't seen Bender in our chat tonight.
Oh, we need a Irvine. Oh, we got a big wreck
Oh, we
already.
got a big wreck. I need a car number back there.
There's Michael Mueller, Chad Osborne.
Oh, man, the 51 definitely caught up in it. I got his car right there on the camera a little bit. Let's go ahead and back that up a little bit and see what happened. So I'm going to watch it from the 51 standpoint right now. But
Ooh,
I think
see what happened there.
oh yeah, I think it started actually with the 5 car.
Yeah, it looks like the 5 got loose off the turn and just it snapped on him.
Sometimes that's all it takes. We're gonna watch that 5 car right here and see what went down. But yeah, he did. You're exactly right. And man, the defending champion, the 30 car, getting serious damage right there. That's 2 weeks in a row we've seen that, and that is not the way you want to start the chase off for these drivers.
Definitely not.
All 3 drivers right there that we've seen get damage are chase contenders, McCullough.
Yeah, even the 14 got some nice damage there too.
Yeah, and Ganir, another one. So what do we got? 4 cars that took damage. 2 or 3 of them considerable damage.
Yeah.
The 51 doesn't look too terrible. That front, it's beat up pretty good. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat that for nobody. And the 30 car, unfortunately, has got pretty serious damage on it as well. Yeah, he's missing the whole back end there. The spoiler's still there. That's a good sign, McCullough.
Yeah, and then Mueller just disconnected too.
Well,
it must have been pretty bad. He must have had the meatball.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to drag that feller up in the booth right now.
No.
We'll let him cool down for a little bit, and if he wants to come up, he's welcome to. But, man, you hate to see this chase race number 1 and this early on in the event. But that's racing, and really it is. I mean, that's the when you join these races, man, and you get ready and you're concentrated and you go green flag, things happen, McCullough.
Yeah, it happens real quick too.
It doesn't change because you're in a chase, versus a regular season race. Things happen, and that thing happened early, and it looked to me like that car may even be a little snappy loose out of the corner. Maybe it's a little tight in the center, and they got a lot of wheel in it, and it just snapped loose. The line he was running there. It could be a number of things that went down right there, but you hate it. But look at the 00.
Yeah, he's up to P2.
He got her to P2, and John Wimbish, man, come chase time, the 56 car is right there, McCullough. He's not waiting. He's right there.
No.
D-Rec. Is that Derek? Where is Derek Rowley at? He is. He's got her in the top 10, don't he? 77 car right there, P8. He picked up a few spots to get there, didn't he, McCullough?
Yeah. Stayed out of trouble on that first wreck there.
He missed that first wreck, dodged some people, and got her right up there in the top 10. Man, I can't see the number on this cat's car tonight, but we know who it is. That's the Ford driver right there, Ford performance driver, Jarrett Lipster. His number is 99, but he's got the invisible number on the side of that thing tonight.
Yeah.
And for you, Mitchell Robinson, 77, baby. For the Mitchell Robinson fans, there's the 87 race fit car right there. He's next to that 4X machine of KC Duncan. Where's Mitchell at? He's in the top 5 right now. Todd Cray in the 22. He's up in the top 5 in the 4th position. And I think these guys are 2x2.
I believe so.
There ain't no lights on the pace car, is there? Nope.
Nope. We're getting ready to go back.
We're about ready to go back to green flag racing here. Kanata, your leader. Hunt in the 00 second. 56 of Wimbish is third. Todd Cray's 22 fourth. And Mitchell Robinson's 87 rounding out the top 5. Actually, I think 5th might be the 18 of KC Duncan. I think Robinson's 6th. Mitchell Robinson. Pace cars in. We're back to green flag racing in Atlanta. Kanata, once again, man, he's not wasting no time finding the gas pedal. You see Hunt right there in the 00 on the top. Wimbish trying to work the bottom of the track. But that 00 using the middle of the track, just like you told me last night, gets a good run through that corner.
Yep.
That was actually through turns 1 and 2 that he done that. So the 00 actually hunting the 16 down a little bit. And you got Wimbish back here in third, close behind him right now. And watch out for this driver, 22. Todd Cray, you know he's going to be a threat. But they're too wide when you get back here to the 18 of Casey Duncan. He had the 87 there, Mitchell Robinson. Now you see the 99 of Lipster trying to pick up a few spots here.
They're loose off of turn 1 and 2 right now.
Yes, they are. That's what caused caution flag number 1, and it happened real early. I didn't see Bender in the chat yet, so didn't get an over-under, but we'll go ahead over-under 4, McCauley.
I'm going to go under 3.
Under at 3. I'm going to go... I hate to do it. I'm going to go over at 5. Just based on how loose this car can snap on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the close racing right here. We watch a 99 battling right side by side there with the 18 of Casey Duncan. Actually, he's going to clear him. He's going to try to bring the 14 of Ganir with him. But Mitchell Robinson in the 87 all over the back bumper of Todd Cray's number 22 car right now. But he better not look in his mirror because the 99 is going to go by.
Yeah, we might have battle for the lead here coming soon.
Yeah, that 00 car's fast.
He's searching.
He's got all the meds working tonight. You see Cray, though, he's not far behind him right there. So if they get battling for the lead, man, they're going to have they might have a whole field of cars to look out for, McCauley. There might be a few of them to look out for. Lipster, you see another battle back there with Mitchell Robinson in 87, the 14 of James Ganir. They're going to finally get it sorted out. That's going to move Mitchell back to the 5th position. Kanata doing a solid job holding on to the lead up there. Talking about Josh Kanata in the 16 car. Qualified on the pole. Look at Todd Cray right now. Look at Lipster in the 99, McCauley.
Yeah, they're both right there. There goes Lipster on the inside. Nope.
He's working the bottom of the track really, really well, holding that down another lane here. But the 14 of Ganir seen that, and he moved up on the outside of the 99. And it might work. Nope. Not once they got down here to the other end, huh? Man, that 87 all over the apron and a little bit out of shape right there. He's going to have to check out of the gas. That's going to cost him 2 spots. Meanwhile, back up to the top 3, Kanata, Hunt, Cray, 16, 00, 22. And the 99.
All over the 22.
There's Michael Mueller. Man, we hated to see that this early on. I told McCauley I wasn't calling you in the booth yet. So we're going to let that feller just calm down or cool off for a minute or two, and then if he wants to come up to the booth, he's welcome to. These guys are staying right in line right now, and, man, I think from what I'm seeing, McCauley, it's just right to be the leader. Battle for second, Todd Cray looking to the inside.
Ooh, we got someone that's blown up back there.
Someone blowing up, huh?
The 77.
Oh,
he blew up.
Man, Derek Rowley's Speed Esports 77 car has lost an engine on lap 14. What was that about?
That's early odd to see that.
Well, it's early, and I didn't see a lot of damage on the car.
No, his car looks clean.
The car looks clean. Maybe he missed a shift or something. I'm not real sure what happened to the 77 car, but all right, let's get our other Michael up here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Michael Mueller, we got you up in the broadcast booth, buddy.
What's up, guys?
Well, we figure if you can't race, we might as well turn you into a commentator.
Might as well. I mean, I've been doing it enough lately where let's get it. Let's go on with this race. What we got?
Well, I'll tell you, you're playing the victim very well lately.
I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy, man, and I told you in the chase, though, I didn't want to have you up here, but we'll take it if we have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
like
I told Macaulay when it happened that a guy snapped loose, and it doesn't matter if it's a chase race or a regular season race. Those kind of accidents happen.
I was surprised. Honestly, I was more amazed when I saw the snap than anything. I was kind of in shock. For me, it was pretty tight.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of wheel in it, is what my thought was, and then it finally hooked up. You know, he had it pushing real hard, and that right front caught, and that's all she wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, we got another wreck there.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I caught it right when it happened. Man, the bootlegger might have got a little bit of contact on that one, too. And that should put us under caution flag number 2, a guy would think, but
no caution right now.
We stay green. Ooh,
that might bring the caution up there.
Yeah, double contact, right? But they're on the bottom of the track, so it might not. Either that or the cautions are just completely broke.
The cautions at Atlanta, we had one last night that never got called, and we were all blocking the track. So Atlanta's kind of broken right now for cautions.
Yeah, I'd say so after what we just seen right there. The 11 driving right back into the 26 at the end of that. Look at Casey Duncan, Macaulay.
Yep, up there in 5th now.
Comes chase time, man. That 18 car's headed to the front, ain't he?
Yeah, he's not wasting any time, too, coming up to the front.
But your teammate, I'm real proud of him, Michael Mueller. He sat on the pole here, and he's led every lap. That's the 16.
He's doing a heck of a job. We were kind of amazed by that lap. We're like, holy crap, where'd that come from? And he said he tried something different for qualifying this week, and apparently we all need to start trying it because it worked.
You got another teammate up there that's doing really well, too. That's that 99 car, Jarrett Lipstruer. Oh,
we
no.
just put it in the wall.
He must have heard me. Darn it. Curse of the camera. We won't tell him that.
No, we ain't gonna say nothing to him on that one.
No, we won't tell him it's a curse of the camera. You hate to see it, but he's going to maintain in the top 5, and it don't look like the car's hurt that bad, so he's only going to lose a couple spots. I think he'll be all right. Oh, there's a 30 car again, damaged. A little bit off the pace right here as the leaders go around and put him probably another lap down if I had to guess.
Yep, that puts him 2.
That puts him 2 right there. Kanada's trying to check out on these boys now.
Yeah, they're a little spread out right now.
Yeah, he's got about 3/10 on the 00 of Hunt back here. But Hunt is... Go ahead.
I was saying, being the leader is a huge advantage here right now. I mean, with tires wearing, with all the dirty air, he's right where everybody wants to be.
Yeah, it looks like that's where everyone would want to be because it looks like it's hard to pass once you get up there.
Yeah, the car just gets so airtight, and the front end starts to wash out. So
we see a pass for second trying to happen right now. 22 going after the 00. And look at Duncan in the 18 just turning it on right now. This run goes on, that 18 is getting faster and faster.
He may have saved his tires at the beginning of the run.
Yeah, that 18 is he might have He might have took it easy on the first couple of laps and just kind of digging down on it now. The 00, though, maybe opposite's going on with that car. He's going to give up the number 2 spot to Cray in the 22. Well, Cray got a little loose right there. We were talking about that. You know, a car snapping loose earlier, and then I just watched the 22 get a little wiggly. Maybe it is. They just, Michael Mueller, they got so much wheel in that thing that it just comes unglued on them.
Yeah, I think trying to roll the bottom and try to carry all your momentum, you're pretty tight off. I mean, I'm surprised. We were doing it in practice, and I ran the top after 10 laps on tires, and I felt like I carried more momentum and less wheel. So I'm kind of surprised no one's moving up here, honestly.
Actually, the 00 has. Once they caught him and tried to go around him, if you look now, he's up middle top of the track, and it's helped him. He fought off the challenge up there from the 22 car, and now he's running up there. So I think he found it.
Yeah, the momentum is just huge up there. I mean, and Josh is going to end up having
99 into the wall again.
Oh, man.
He's spinning now.
Oh, hard into the inside wall after he started spinning in. We're going to stay green. So he might have to bring that to the attention of the crew. He's going to have to get a couple dents taken out of that machine. And we're going to go back up to the second place battle.
It's not going away.
It is not going away. 18 is there. 22 is there. 00 still holding on to it. Middle of the racetrack. You see Cray working the bottom, but it's not like he can get any advantage, especially in the center of the corner right here. Now the 00 is going to move it up almost to the top shelf.
They've caught Kanata, though. He was up 0.7 of a second there.
Well, the draft, I think, plays part in some of that, don't it, Michael Mueller?
Yeah, the draft and then the momentum off the top with Josh run the bottom. The draft and, the momentum is just going to carry these guys up to him. So he's going to have to move up at some point, maybe when they get closer and try to add dirty air to their car or what. But he's going to have to move.
The line the 22 works in 3 and 4 works really good on corner exit. You see he's able to gain, not through 1 and 2, but through 3 and 4 is what I pay more attention to.
Yeah, I think 3 and 4 is definitely more. It's more one groove down there. I mean, you can run the middle, but I think the inside is just as good as the bottom. So, or as the top. But I think the difference is definitely 1 and 2 for speed. But 3 and 4 is pretty consistent either where you go.
Yeah, this driver right here, though, he's kind of just laying back and watching them. That's the 18 of Casey Duncan. And I'm very impressed with what I've seen this car be able to do in the first 31 laps. I mean, he's driven up here, and it's like once he caught him, they went to battling, and he just kind of laid off of it. So maybe he's saving his car for when he needs it. That's called taking care of your equipment. That second place battle, though, it's on again. He can't clear him, though. That 00 carries that momentum.
It gets super tight down there. The front end just washes out, so.
This is a great battle.
That's going to be a really hard pass to make in 1 and 2.
That's going to give Kanata a little bit of breathing room, though. He's going to find about a half a second on him, 5/10. But once they get in line, they just kind of delete that. But it looks like once they get within 2/10, they can't get no closer. It's like they're stalled. I'm not sure what that is. It must be the dirty air because they'll get about 2/10 of a second, and it's like they hit a brick wall.
Yeah, it's the dirty air. It's crazy here. I mean, they got a really good run right now. I mean, if they can make this work and try to run the top here, I mean, they can get a really good run off into 3. But
if the 22 and the double zero would follow each other through 1 and 2 and get a really good runoff, they could definitely challenge on the back straight to 3 on Josh.
What's going on, Garrett Robinson? I couldn't get in Discord quick enough, man. I had to try to finish my dinner real quick to get back here to broadcast, so I didn't have a few minutes for you there. But if you hang out for a little while after the broadcast, I'll be able to help you out. So I'm looking back here, Michael Mueller, in the 5th spot, man. You better get them bootleggers ready.
Is that Tommy back there?
That is it is. That's
There he is.
Johnny Bootlegger right there. Tommy Haynes in the 17.
He's making moves.
He's got Cogswell on the bumper. 27 car, and I think that 17 caught a little damage in that caution that took out the 51.
He looks like he has damage on the back there.
Find the 87 of Mitchell Robinson back here in the 7th position right now.
The lap car in between these guys, this is going to kind of hurt them.
Different paint scheme on the 10 car, rolling the Mountain Dew paint scheme this week. That's the gentleman, Gary May, right there. Longer the race goes, Macaulay, the more forward the 10 car get.
Yeah, he always finds his way towards the end. He's always up there.
Got the 14 at James Ganir back in the 9th spot.
He's got some damage, though, too.
And we got Chad Osborne in the 5 car rounding out the top 10, and Osborne's actually a lap down. I think he got caught in that first caution, too.
Not as pitting.
Oh, we got a leader on pit road, and I just seen that pop up. There he is right there. So that's lap 38. Looks like they'll go 38 laps here on a fuel run, approximately.
Yeah, I actually didn't get a good fuel number in practice, so I was kind of just going to go by tank, honestly.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're doing, too.
Yeah.
I would guess that they could probably push it 40 or 41.
Yeah, probably.
Judging by what we've seen this season, but sometimes you just gotta, make that decision based on tires and what might work out best for the overall.
Yeah, I don't think you want to stretch it here with old tires, though.
Well, that's gonna let that 00 get up to the front. Now the 22 slowing down. I guess he's probably coming to pit road, as is the leader, the 00.
Yep.
Oh, man, that 00 brought her in hot, didn't he?
Yeah, 22 is in the grass coming in.
00 got the right sides off in the grass. He come in hot. You see the 22 of Todd Cray right behind him. Casey Duncan's going to assume the lead now in the 18 car. Bootlegger's back a little ways, but he's going to move up to second right here. And these guys got, Tommy Haynes has 36 laps, which means he stopped under the first caution flag. So the 17 pitted. He can go a few more laps than these guys can. Casey Duncan assumed the lead in a 4X car. He's going to bring it on pit road now. And this is our first round of green flag pit stops for these guys, Picola.
Yeah.
And the bootleggers leading it. Get the bootleggers ready. That's what I'm telling you. You got some peach? What do you got tonight?
I got lemonade, watermelon, blue raspberry.
Oh, you got them all. Michael McCauley has all the Johnny Bootleggers. Did you stop today to get more, or were them what Bender picked up?
Oh, I stopped and got more today at lunch.
Did you?
Yep.
How many of them might a guy consume in an evening?
Enough. I haven't tried to max it out yet.
Haven't tried to max it out, huh?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, Michael Mueller, you know what the bootleggers are, don't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, just making sure.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
So we're back on the 16 car. Kanata, he's your leader. Josh, man, he's willing it tonight. This shows one thing. It shows that he has definitely put the work in and the preparation coming into the chase. Great qualifying effort for the 16 car. And he's the first 43 laps here, he's been flat dominating at Michael Mueller.
Yeah, he's on a tear. He's been putting a lot of practice in during the week and Thursdays. Before this lobby goes up, he puts up like an hour, 2-hour sessions, and he's in there that whole 2 hours.
It's working.
Running laps. Yeah, running laps, looking at tire wear, running different lines, steering ratios, anything possible to save some tire and just learn the line. I mean, this isn't a surprise. He's been running well all season, but this is just, he's tearing them apart today.
I'm going to go ahead and go show you guys something since these green flag pit stops took place, and I realized that Kanata has a 5.2 second lead, and there's a reason for it. Right back here, the 22 speeding on pit road.
Yep, and the
double zero got it too. We watched those pit road entries where those cars come in sideways, and they both got popped for it. Green flag pit stops is the worst way to destroy your race. Especially when green flag pit stops start happening, because they may keep happening and you won't get a chance to recover from it. You got to be extra careful. Atlanta's a hard track to scrub that speed off when you drop down there to pit road. So you got to be
a lot of sliding.
Yep, you got to be careful, and you got to get off of it maybe a little bit earlier in these chase races right here. That's a that's a hard pill to swallow. What happened to you, Michael Mueller, is an easier pill to swallow than making a mistake yourself on pit road. You're just harder on yourself.
Yeah. I mean, this car by itself has the braking zone for this car is so much longer than the older Cup car. I feel like going into pit road, I got to back it up way more than I would in the other car. In the other Cup car, I mean, this one's definitely more stable in the braking, but the braking zones are almost double.
Yeah, and I'm watching the second and third place drivers right here, the 27 of Cogswell and the 18 of Duncan. And they're able to, the two cars look like they're able to knock a little bit of time off Kanata's lead. Not a lot, but they're able to knock a little bit off. The lead was 5.4 seconds. It's down almost a full second now to 4.5 seconds. So we'll have to see if these two cars can continue to work together and keep pulling down on the leader like that. But, man, Kanata just perfect on pit road. What can you say? This cat's got it figured out tonight. And that's your battle for second. It's not really a battle. They're drafting together. And the other Robinson, McCauley, Mitchell Robinson, doing a damn good job in that 87 car up in the fourth spot right now.
Yeah, they got a 3-car pack here. They can start drafting, maybe catch the other guys.
Yeah, Cray's in that pack, but he's a couple laps down. And then for position knows that 17 car, Tommy Haynes. And Haynes is currently scored in the 5th position. So he's been hanging out there for a little while now, McCauley. And the gentleman right there, Mr. Gary May, up to the 6th spot. This guy just figures out how to move forward systematically throughout a race, Michael McCauley.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it every single race.
Keeps that 10 car clean and out of trouble. And I think that's probably the key, isn't it, Michael Mueller?
Consistency every single week. That's going to get you a lot of points. So, I mean, he's he's always been that way ever since I met him a couple of years ago. He's always been that guy to go out there and run consistent laps and do it week after week. So
Yeah, and he's a really nice guy. He really
absolutely.
is. He's a
Absolutely.
super nice guy. That's why I call him the gentleman. Always have good interviews with Gary. He's just all around good dude. You see Haynes right there on the back of the 22. 87 dropped back a little bit. He's going to give a spot to that 17 car. Did he get in the outside wall, Macaulay?
I'm not sure. I'm seeing if he has any damage right now.
I'm trying to take a peek at that, too.
I don't
Not
see
that
anything.
camera view. I feel like they got me at Charlotte Motor Speedway watching. And looking from Charlotte's bleachers to Atlanta. That's not good. Those two cars in second and third, it is working for him, Mueller.
It is. That draft is huge. I mean,
3 seconds flat now.
that's what, a second and a half on
Two
this
and a
run?
half seconds on this run.
Two and a half? Okay, 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 on this run. So the two cars, if the 16 can find somebody, and they don't even have to be on the same lap, but just somebody to work with like that, that's going to be huge. And if there's no more cautions, it'll be really hard to beat them.
The only thing that may help him is they are running faster and they are drafting, but they could be killing their tires a little bit more too.
That's possible. You're absolutely right. And the other thing with the higher speeds, they could be burning more fuel as well.
Exactly. So I mean, draft is always a very good thing in this car, but you never know. It could come back and hurt towards the end of this run. He maybe will pull this lead back out. I mean, he's not going to get a 5-second lead, but maybe a 3.5 to 4 second lead again.
I'll tell you what, Tommy Haynes in this 17 car, I'm going to go back to him for a minute because he's knocking some time off too. Tommy Haynes is hooked up with that 22 car of Todd Cray, and they are not only mowing down your leader, but they're mowing down second and third place. So this two-car draft,
back.
this two-car draft right here is working really good. Look at the lap times, too, that they're turning, Macaulay.
Let's see.
He's 3 4/10 faster, the 17 car is.
Yeah, he just ran up basically a 31 flat there, 31 or 39 actually.
And then if you look at the 22's lap times, they're going to be real close to that. One was a 31.6, the other one a 31.598. So those guys are on the gas pedal right now. And you got to be to make up the time. You know, when you're back that far, you don't want to if you go pit stop after pit stop, it's like the gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You have to make it up on the racetrack. Wouldn't you agree with that, Michael Mueller?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no holding back. I mean, especially from these 3 seconds back of second and third and 6 total from the leader, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. Five from the leader now, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's got to go every stop. He's got to hit his marks every stop, every exit, every lap, pretty much. I mean, and especially now he has a partner to draft with. So
That's
I mean,
huge right
that's gonna
there.
help. Oh, yeah. I mean, and he's actually doing it. He's doing the draft really well. I mean, he's offsetting his car to the right, which is giving his nose a little bit of air, so he's using a little bit less wheel. And he's getting the draft down the straightaway, able to pull up to the bumper and then offset it. So, I mean, he's doing a really good job of not killing the tires.
Look how consistent the lap times are. They're still in the 31.6s, literally. That's very impressive. Watching the leader at a 32, 31.8s and 9s for second and third. These two cars are moving forward. What is he? Just under 5 seconds back from the leader now. Only 1.8 seconds back, though, from second and third, so they've been mowing it down. Then we got where's the 5 at? Right there. Chad Osborne in a battle, actually, with the 14 of James Ganir. These guys might want to take some notes from them other guys, and you got 3 cars right here with Gary May that could potentially work together. Would 3 cars work better than 2, Michael Mueller?
I think 2 would. I feel like 2 would work a little bit better. Honestly, less air around the car. I think 2 is kind of the perfect match. And like I'm saying, I mean, the way Todd and Tommy are doing it right now, where Todd's running the lower line and Tommy's up a half a groove, I mean, that's working perfect. It's able to get both the momentum down the straightaway without killing tires. So
yeah,
I think 2's the way to go.
I'm watching the 10 closing in on the back here, the 14 and the 5. And I thought they might pick up a 4th car, but I think that 30 car's just got way too much damage to hold with them guys.
Yeah, I think getting more than 2, and it's just going to be kind of that whole, when we're in a pack and we're so aerotight, I kind of think it's that situation again.
Right.
Where two cars, it seems to work better.
And Gary May's definitely up there close to the bleachers. He ain't afraid to put it up at the wall. All right, we need to through the field, I think, real quick. So we're going to start with our leader, the 16 car of Josh Kanata. How did he get there? Well, he started there. That right, Michael McCauley?
Yeah.
He started there, and he's led every lap, except for pit stops.
Yeah, maybe the pit stop. Yeah, pit stops.
I got to get the in-car cameras going here as we go on board with your race leader right there. See him working out of turn 2, coming down the back straightaway. Now down in the 3 and 4, and he's just working the bottom of the track. He's not running middle or high side. And if he did all those practices and checked tires and stuff, he knows where he needs to be the full run. You can rest assured that. So back at P2 is going to be Casey Duncan. And yes, they have been closing in on the leader. They're down to 1.6 seconds now. Casey Duncan hasn't done it by himself. He's had this driver right here, Jonathan Cogswell, helping out, but Cogswell's got company. Tommy Haynes right here in the 17 car with the 22 have caught second and third. Second and third split up, and Haynes is moving up now, and we had a car pit.
Yeah, it was
the leader, Kanata, is on pit road, so once again, crappy timing for our through the field. So we're going to jump out of that mode and go back to pit stops, and we know we made it back to about 4th, and then we'll pick up the through the field again. So hang in there. If you got a favorite driver and you haven't seen a lot of them yet, we're going to take you right on board with your favorite driver this evening. Working lap 66 of 135 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kanata's coming off pit road now. Duncan's leading it. Well, Cogswell was with Duncan earlier. Those were the 2 we were watching work together. Did you see what happened to Cogswell that might have put him like 2 seconds behind the 18? Did anybody see that?
I think he just turned his stuff.
Yeah, I just saw Casey pass him in 3 and 4, and then he just kind of drove away from there.
He just kind of started fading because now the 22 and the 17 have gotten away from him, and they're on a little bit different pit strategy too. As I watch the run, Kanata's off the cycle with these guys a little bit. Judging by where they pitted the last time, we're only Tommy Haynes in second's only 27 laps into the run now. And I didn't see what Kanata, how many was on, but he had to have been in the 20s. And I don't know. I mean, he did the practicing in the car, so he's going to know what's faster throughout the cycle, apparently. But that a lot earlier from where these guys pitted the last time. So there's Chad Osborne back there, and that's what threw me off. He just pitted a little early. We can go back through the field. We'll get on board with Cogswell back here in 3rd. So there we go. Jonathan Cogswell in the 27 car, and I think you guys said tire fade might have been the thing with him, and it could have very well been. Those two were clicking off some lap times for a while, as you're going to watch the 16 go right around them on those fresh tires, and now we got the leader. Casey Duncan going to bring it to pit road, so we'll jump on board momentarily with him as we make it back to Mitchell Robinson, who's now up to third now. 32 laps in for some of these drivers on this stint, including this driver right here in third, Mitchell Robinson in the 87. Duncan's on pit road. Kanada's back in the car, already back in the top 5 as some of these other guys are making green flag pit stops. Get on board momentarily with the 5-car, Chad Osborne. I think some of these guys have been to pit road and some of them haven't, so it's kind of got the order all screwed up right now.
Yeah, 22 just came to pit road there.
Yeah, and that's going to leave the 17 out there by himself probably.
Yeah, he's the leader by himself, 1.6 up on the 27 car.
And that is just because they're the two that haven't. There's actually 3 that haven't pitted. 4, 5, 6. 6 cars that haven't pitted.
Yeah, now the 87 of Mitchell Robinson's coming in. He smoked him coming in.
Yeah, you got to watch out. You see that smoke coming in, there's a good chance that a guy might wind up like the 22 and 00 earlier.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, do you think Tommy should have came with the 22? If they were drafted so well together, Tommy drafts with the 22 and gets a pull all the way around the track.
I probably would have.
I would have ran this like a plate race and pit with somebody to get a good amount of speed and good run out.
The thing about it, though, when you're in the driver's seat, he's probably not paying that much attention to the tire run and the whole run out there. So he doesn't realize how good those two were working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can figure, because you're exactly right. If I'm working well with somebody, we come to pit road, I'm going with you. We're coming out together, and we're going to work together again.
Yeah, the only thing I can think about is Tommy Haynes may be working on a 2-stop strategy, and Kanata could be on a 3-stop strategy right now.
You see, Cogswell's going to bring it down to pit road now in the 27 car. And I think when it cycles out, this 16 car is going to go right back to the lead, and I'm not so sure that the lead won't be bigger this time than it was before. You see the 16 of Kanata being scored in the second position now, as he goes around the 30 car again, and Gann 3 laps down. So a few cautions come out, and the 30 car could be he'd be back there on the lead lap picking up spots, but he's making laps right now. And as far as the points go, he's got the 30 car back in the top 10. So he's turned what could have been a terrible race around. He's got it back in the top 10, and he's saving some points here. I don't know if the 14 had problems, but he's 4 laps down now.
He has damage, I think, from that first caution. That could be some of that.
So Tommy Haynes is still out there, 35 laps on the run. Man, I'll tell you what the difference. I'm looking at some of the laps that some of these guys got on a stint right now. Michael Mueller, and he might be able to make one less pit stop than the rest of them.
That's Tommy's specialty, is this fuel strategy. I mean, I don't know. That's stretching it. I'm not gonna lie. That's really stretching it.
Well, I know from his last run that he can go at least another 5 or 6 laps here.
He's coming now. He's coming this time, is what he just said.
So he's going to make a couple less laps this time than he did the first run. But
Yeah.
here, you just don't want to make a mistake here. Well, he didn't. He took it nice and easy coming on the pit road. You're not going to be as fast taking it nice and easy. But you're probably not going to get penalized either. So your lead is going to go back to the 16 of Josh Kanata. And we're going to count the distance here. It's huge.
I believe about 12 seconds. I think.
I'm counting about 10. 9.1 over Duncan right now.
9.1.
But some of these has worked out a lot more than that. He's 14 seconds up on Tommy Haynes. 17 seconds. Jonathan Cogswell, 17 seconds back. Mitchell Robinson, 19 seconds. Gary May, 28 seconds. That's almost a full lap for the 10 car. So we'll look at where the 10's at coming down the back straightaway. And the leader's right behind him.
Yeah, you can see him.
The 00's working underneath the leader right now, trying to get a lap back from him. And that'll be like, that'll probably put him back to 2 laps down. If he was 3, he'd go back to 2 laps down. But the difference is the leader's got about 15 laps on his tires right now. So Nick in the 00 had a lot fresher tires there. So tires make a difference.
That may have been why Tommy was catching too there for a while too.
I think it was. Now that I looked at that when he pitted and how many laps he's got on his tires compared to some of the others, I absolutely think that he might have had older tires than they did the last time. And I know that first run that Tommy stopped under the first caution. So he definitely had better tires. But 8.5 second lead, 82 laps in, with only 1 caution flag tonight, is the place you want to be. Casey Duncan needs help right now. He needs another guy to catch him. And man, his next closest competitor is going to be Cogswell, and he's like 8 seconds behind him.
Tommy Haynes just passed Mitchell Robinson for 4th there.
Yeah, and the bootlegger's got it back to 4th, and he's got Robinson on the bumper. If Robinson can stay there, maybe these two can draft together, and Tommy can get up there and get another spot or two. He's a couple of seconds behind Jonathan Cogswell. So when they catch a 27, there's a couple cars that can work together. But these are cars for position, the 17 and 87, and they're the only ones really close enough to work with each other. You see Tommy Haynes, though, has only got 5 laps on the tires, where a lot of the guys around him got a lot more than that. Go back to the Mountain Dew machine right here, Gary May. May's going to be back in the 6th position now. And he's almost 11 seconds behind the 87 of Mitchell Robinson up there in the 5th spot. We'll go back up to that 5th spot. We were watching that before as the 17 went around him there. Go back here to Chad Osborne. He's back in 7th, and he's the first one a lap down now. So we got, 6 cars on the lead lap here?
Yep.
On lap 85.
Seems like he has still speed in the car after the first caution there, so.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Get another caution, he could be back in it.
Michael Mueller still needed some speed in his car after the first caution, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I didn't have any motor.
It was gone.
It was packed up and ready for Pocono.
Yeah, I think it takes, about 40 minutes to fix them?
I think it was 42 minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
What it was.
42 minutes. They would have given you a new engine at that point.
Yeah, right?
So Cogswell is 13 back. Haynes is 15 back. The difference in tires, 21 laps in is Kanata on his run and 8 laps for Tommy Haynes. So that's pretty considerable. But we're almost in the window where they can make one more stop and be done. We're just about there. We're at lap 88 of 135. I would say safely lap 100, right?
Oh yeah, 100 is probably about per. At this stint of the race, I mean, everybody's pretty spread out. Maybe you think about coming a little bit early and trying to get a jump. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you could work a little strategy like that, but if you come in at 100, it's still a 35-lap run.
yeah.
If you come in 4 laps before that, you'd probably be getting close to pushing your fuel window. We seen what Haynes went like 40 laps the first run,
Yeah, it was somewhere, yeah, like 40, 42, somewhere in there, yeah.
and I'm betting he was probably on the ragged edge of the fuel run there. Haynes is up to the 4th spot in the 17. And those fresher tires, don't get me wrong, he's catching those guys in front of him. He's only about 1.3 seconds behind Cogswell now. So the 17's going to catch him. But I would bet in the next 10 laps, lap 100, you're going to have guys bringing it to pit road. Maybe even lap 95.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think you're gonna see some interesting calls here to try to get as much track position as possible.
95 would probably put him just in the fuel window. So you may see a couple of guys do that just to try to pick up a little bit of track position. This guy right here, though, the leader, man, your teammate, he had it worked out. He knew what he was doing.
All right, he's got all this in the memory bank. He's good to go.
He's still got a 4-second lead over Casey Duncan in the 18. And he'll probably be on pit road within the next 7 or 8 laps. Which means he's still going to have an advantage. But I think Duncan's got someone to work with right here.
He's got the 14.
Ganir. Yep. James Ganir in the 14 car. Working right here with Duncan. It's not for position. Ganir is, in fact, a lap or 2 down. 3, actually. The only one lap down is the 5-car Osborne. So Ganir is a few laps down right here, which is actually good help for the 18 car because you're not racing for position. I'd rather work with and draft with a guy who's not on the same lap as me. That way you don't get turned. But Cogswell here, I'm impressed with the 27 car because I did see him get a little bit of damage earlier. And he's been able to work through it nicely. But he don't have but 0.4 of a second over the bootlegger now. And I believe that might put that bootlegger up there in the 3rd spot, Macaulay.
Yeah.
That's a podium. Got to get them bootleggers ready.
Well, they're on ice right now.
They're coming off the ice in about 40 laps here, 41. Who's going to be the first one to pit road? I can tell you with 3.3 seconds, if that 16 beats them to pit road, it's over. If they don't get another caution. This car has had it figured out. He's played a great strategy, and he's led a ton of laps here in chase race number 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And practice does pay off. This is proof. Well, actually, in 40 laps, it'll be proof. 39. But he's got a 3.2-second lead over this driver, the 18, Casey Duncan. And Duncan's got help from a car a few laps down right there, the 14 of Ganir. We'll get to him in a minute. You got Tommy Haynes back here in the 3rd spot now. He's gotten around Cogswell. But Haynes is going to be, about 9 seconds behind your race leader. Cogswell's going to be scored in the 4th position here. Also about 9.5 seconds behind the leader. Then you got the 87 of Mitchell Robinson. Rounding out the top 5. He's back about 17 seconds. And Gary May is got back in 6th. Last car in the lead lap, and he's about 27 seconds behind the race leader right now. And they're on the same straightaway. So he's real close to being a lap down here. Then the
He's wooded, though.
first car lap down is going to be this 5 car right here, the Red Bull machine of Chad Osborne. Osborne actually the only car 1 lap down as we go back to Todd Cray in 8th, and Todd's actually 2 laps down here. We know that this was due to a penalty earlier on pit road on that first green flag pit stop. So you go back 1 more, you'll find the 14 car of Ganir. He is working with the 2nd place car of Casey Duncan, but Ganir is actually 3 laps down right now. And the other one 3 laps down with him is going to be the 00 car right here in the 10th position of Nick Hunt. So Hunt, the other one we watched, get caught with the speeding penalty. Then we go back in 11th, we find the defending champion here. That's the 30 car Justin Gannon. That first caution flag, Gann's 21 laps down right now. So another victim of the same thing that got you, Michael Mueller.
Yeah, I mean, I think that caught up a lot of the chase drivers, I believe.
Then you go back to 12th right here, and he's still on pit road. He was caught up in it. That's the 11 of Gary Wells. You got Michael Robinson on pit road in the 26 car, and then you got the 56, 99, 77, and, of course, you, then the 51 that have just all disconnected. Or you're out of the car, at least.
Yeah.
We got Kanata down pit
road. We
road
got
now.
Kanata on pit road, lap 101. I was close. He probably come in on 100.
Almost everybody has to follow him in now, though.
You do.
Hey.
I mean, I would have lap 100. I would have been on pit road.
Kanata overdrove his pit stop.
Yeah, that's going to cost him a little bit of time, but I don't think it's going to completely kill him.
18's coming this time.
I can tell you what, man, he has to. The longer they stay out is just going to kill him. 10's wrecked on pit road. Oh, no, he hit the 18. Oh, no. So, problems on pit road. We watch a race leader overshoot a stall a little bit, and the 18 looked good coming in, but the 10 wasn't so good. When the 10 hit the gas, the 18 was there. That's huge. That is huge, and you hate to see that. Man, that's got chase implications written all over it. So Cogswell's going to go to the front. Tommy Haynes is right behind him. They have not yet. Haynes is on pit road now. He didn't have a choice.
Yeah, he had to come now.
Once that 16 car hit pit road, it kind of made the bed for everybody. You have to go. I mean, you have to come down the pit road. So Tommy Haynes on pit road in the 17 car. 4 tires for him. We'll go back to the 16 car because when it cycles out, unless somebody works some strategy on pit road, the 16's probably going to cycle back to the front. No, actually the 27 might. I don't know. 27 ain't pitted yet. Man, after the pit road entries there, gentlemen, I'm going to have to wait and see how this shakes out now.
A lot just happened in a matter of 2 laps.
It did. And we're going to have to see who gained, who lost from the deal. I think the 17 probably gained more than anybody, if I had to guess on it.
I would think he would be P2 once it all cycles through.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out right here. It looks like he may be P2. Cogswell's still out there, and I think the only thing that the 27 could be shooting for right now would be a caution flag.
Yeah, that's what he's hoping for.
He's going to come to pit road right now, so he kind of held it out there to the ratty edge, 30 laps to go coming in. He'll have a little fresh tires for the rest of or a little better tires for the rest of the run, but. All right, it looks like the lead's going to be right close to 11 seconds maybe when this cycles out here, but we're going to find out. I think it'll be right around 11 seconds. Cogswell it's actually 8.4 seconds, but that's over Cogswell. It should be 11.249 over the 17 car. 30 laps to go, man. Under green, that's just a lot of distance to make up, Michael Mueller.
That's a lot of time when everybody's running pretty much full throttle for majority of the runs. So, I mean, I think this is where that whole he didn't pit with Todd. I mean, I think if he pits with Todd there, I think this gap is a lot thinner.
I agree, 110%. And it was a great thing that you pointed out there. And it just watching how the races went from that point on. I mean, when you got caught up on, lap 1 there, lap 2? On that first caution, did you think that it would go caution-free from then? I didn't.
It kind of seems like, honestly, I didn't think it then, but now if you kind of think of it with the trend of the season, we get 1 to 2 cautions early, and then
it goes the rest of the way green.
Yeah,
you're right.
We've done it multiple times this season where we get 1 or 2 early, and then we single file out and we go the whole race.
Well, it's like guys all of a sudden get a little more timid, and the risks aren't as great anymore.
Yeah,
because when you don't have a fast repair, I mean, it's pretty well. You get caught up in a good one like you did, and you're done. You're parked.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this car is still kind of in development. So I mean, even you get a minute and a half. I mean, that's 2 to 3 miles an hour on the straightaway.
But then you see a couple of drivers like the 00 and the 22 that under the first pit stop, they speed on pit road, and they collectively took their self out.
Yeah, there's so many factors that go into every single race.
And we got after tonight here in Atlanta, we're going to have 4 more of these chase races. And it doesn't mean that a guy that had a good race tonight is safe next week or the week after. And what's next week? Pocono?
Pocono.
So you're coming up to a completely different racetrack. Race is completely different. And then you go to Dover after that. So it's a 5-race chase. We're in chase number 1, and this thing ain't close to being settled. Not even close. I expect that 51 will have a little speed next week.
Oh, we're gonna bring a fast car there. I can tell you that. Try to maybe put a little more effort into qualifying this week and try to get up more in the field. So,
man, if you can't detour this 16 right here a little bit, I said it before the race. I think Kanada's going to be tough in the chase.
Yeah, me and the 16 are gonna have to have a talk going into the week. You're gonna have to tell me what he did. As what he did tonight is that's impressive.
Haynes hasn't gained anything, but Cogswell's there. He's actually going to drive by Haynes because he's got fresher tires. Wow.
Maybe they could draft together, and he could stay right with him and let him go, and he has the fresher tires. He's going to put down faster times.
Yeah, the difference in tires is like 3 laps between him and the 17. I don't know how well the 17 can run with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he drove right by the 17, but the 17 did pull back up in the draft, so they might be able to knock time off, but they only got 23 laps to get it done. That's the issue. Now you see the 14 of Ganir. He's on fresh tires moving up with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to help.
I'm going to watch the lap times. It was about 4/10 between Cogswell and 3/10. No, 4 between Cogswell and Kanata. So let's see what this lap has to hold. About 3/10 of a second right there. And yes, Tommy Haynes' lap times come down, and they knocked a little time off, but they're 12.6 seconds behind with 22 laps to go. So they would not have to collectively knock off a second a lap, or a half a second a lap. That's a lot. 31.095 to a 31.578. They did it that lap.
Yeah, they need to keep doing that every lap.
If they can do that lap in and lap out, that will, it might put them close to a guy's bumper before it's over.
They got to get at least to, I believe it's about 1.2 seconds, and then you start getting the draft.
So the lead is now 11.9 seconds, so we'll call that 12 seconds with 20 laps to go. They need a little more than half a second a lap.
That was another half second that
Another
lap.
half a second that lap. You're absolutely right. And you've got 3 cars in this draft, not 2, 3. And Ganir's drafted right with the 17 right now. And look how all of them are staggering.
That actually works out perfect, having fresh tires behind Tommy to keep him up there and to keep getting the runs. I mean, because he's pulling the 14, and the 27's pulling him. So I mean, this
Right,
is perfect.
and you can see how much better the 3-lap tires are on the 27 car through the corner.
That was like 7/10 there.
You're exactly right. That's it. 0.6 of a second. That's what they need, about 0.6 a lap.
And they're catching Todd Cray, so they'll be pulling off of him as well.
Yeah, and Cray's fast. Haynes should have stayed with him, though, like Michael Mueller and I talked about for a long time now. He should have just stayed with the 22. It would have benefited both cars. Cray could have got another lap back. Cray might have only been a lap down at that point. Where right now the 22's 2 laps down, so we got a 10.6 second lead with 18 laps to go, so they still need over half a second a lap. It was only 0.5 the last time, or 4. Now we'll find out. They ain't got back to the line yet. They're coming to the line now, so
At 4.
4/10.
4/10, yeah.
Yep. 5/10. Tommy Haynes was actually 5/10 faster. That's just a lot of distance to make up.
Yeah, Kanada's got Nick Hunt now pulling off of that draft.
But if they can catch at 22 and it turns into a 4-car draft, who knows? I mean, maybe the guys can make it interesting. And McCauley will have about 50 bootleggers pulled out. See Cogswell moving up by the wall there. Running different lines through the corner, but you kind of suspect that that's what the guy wants to do to keep clean air on the front of the car.
I think he burned his stuff off again. I mean,
The 27, you're right.
27's pushing bad. I mean, he changed his line a little bit, but I mean, that front end is definitely sliding more than it should be.
Well, this right here will definitely kill their run to the front.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt it here.
That side by side right there, that don't fly. That's like putting a parachute behind your car. Literally. So you see Haynes right there. He's going to work around the 27, but the 14's going to stay behind the 27 car. But the lead actually didn't go down. It went up. So 9.6 seconds, it went down 0.1 right now. And that's because the lap time's only about 0.3 faster for Haynes that lap. 14 to go, 9.6 second lead. I like Kanada's odds right here. I think the 16 is in the driver's seat, and I honestly thought he was in the driver's seat before the race started tonight. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I said it, didn't I, McCauley?
Oh, you did.
There's just been something I've seen with the 16 car this season, and especially late in this season. Man, they got a whole gobble of cars back here now. 22-17, 27-14, and the 10 of Gary May. Gray's going to move up, though. He's not going to be a factor in this battle right here because the 27 and the 17 are for position. And that's P2 in chase race number 1. And they're side by side, so you can imagine now that the gloves are off. 12 to go, it's just battle time for a position, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and this is not what Kanata wants to see at all. He wants these guys to get strung out.
Right,
Just
because when they're doing this, they could do what?
Anything can happen when they're like this. I mean,
Little
you
contact.
you get runs so quick. I mean, if you miss your judgment by a second, you're
Man, they got the 87 car now. Mitchell Robinson in this mix. That's
Old
why I'm
tires
staying
just
with it.
sliding.
If something happens, it's happening here.
yeah.
Oh, and we got the blink right there out of the 87 car. That's scary. That is not good. Man, these guys get that close together and a guy blinks out and you're like, oh, no. They get it worked out. Cray's going to get around them now in the 22. And Todd Cray kind of moved out of the way and let them guys battle amongst themselves. And we thought the 27 burned his stuff up, but then he went and drove back by the 17 car. But 9 more laps as they go by the line for the driver of the 16 car, Josh Kanata. Man, this kid is working hard here in Atlanta. Put the car on the pole. Let it be known early that he was going to be a factor tonight in the first chase race. And with that kind of preparation, it's going to make the rest of the field work twice as hard going into Pocono next week. Because if you don't, I'll bet you that 16's working hard at it. When them guys step up their game, Michael Mueller, you got to step yours up to be with them, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna get it. We're gonna figure it out next week. Pocono is anybody's game. I mean, that's a hard track in general. We've never taken this car there, so everybody's kind of on the same playing field.
He better be concerned right now. I'm watching cars get wiggly and everything in this battle between the 17 and 27. I think it just started. I certainly don't think it's over. Do you, Macaulay?
No.
Did you see what happened a couple corners ago? It was definitely a pucker moment.
Yeah, they were sideways. Multiple cars.
7 to go, so if a caution comes out.
Oh,
look at that. Exactly. 14 on the back of the 17 right there. And I don't know how happy I'd be if a lap car got into me and wrecked me. I might even say a cuss word or two, Macaulay. I think he's just trying to push him, though, help him out. Honestly, I think that's what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to intend to do anything. He's trying to help him.
Not. They're not trying to go around him, and I don't think Cray is either. They're just trying to push on the 17 here. They're trying to help a bootlegger out, man. They're helping Tommy Haynes out in the 17. Johnny Bootlegger on the 17. Haynes is in the 17 and Bootlegger's on it. Michael McCullough. I about beat those jokes to death tonight, so I'm going to stop. We'll find Casey Duncan there in the 18, back and forth. And Casey's actually scored as the first car lap down, so collectively we have 3 cars on the lead lap. We had 5 or 6 before the last caution. It was either 6. So we got half that now. That's what happened on pit road. If you remember, the 18 Casey Duncan was in second, and he got turned on pit road. He's now lapped down. That's how quickly that changed for the driver of the 18. So that's what can happen on these green flag pit stops. We've talked about it before. That's a good way to lose a race. For some of the guys that was speeding penalties, I'm sorry, but Casey Duncan, there's nothing that feller could have done about that.
We got a battle.
He clearly just brought her down pit road and got hit. Wow, we do. They're side by side again for second, and I'm not so sure we ain't going to see a yellow flag here.
At 14, he's sliding back and forth.
He's been sliding all around, but he's been committed to that 17, man. And the 22's going to stay right down there with him for the moment. In the 17, the bootlegger's going to go back around the 27 for second. So there's your change for second place. That's good battling late in the race here. You see the 27's going to get another run on him on this back straightaway. He's going to use the draft a little bit. You see Ganir right back there still, and I think the 14 got loose again, Macaulay.
Every turn right now he's loose.
He's dirt tracking it. Cogswell able to ride right on the back of the 17. He's got a few lap pressure tires than the 17 does. So we're going to have to see how it works out. He's taking a peek down there, but I don't know that the 14 and them will go with him. And if he gets down there and it's over, Kanata won it.
Yeah.
16 car, Joshua Kanata bringing it across the line. Your race winner at Atlanta. And, man, this kid dominated. Absolutely dominated. He qualified that 16 car on the pole position. And the only laps this driver right here didn't lead tonight is when he was on pit road for those green flag pit stops. That's dominating.
That's probably the most dominant performance of the season so far, I would have to say.
Yeah, he has really raised the bar right here in the first chase race of the season. Got 5 chase races, and Kanata, I said it, he was going to be a heavy, heavy contender for the title and was definitely a driver, and I said it specifically to watch out for at Atlanta. And, man, he put that 16 car on the pole and just flat dominated here tonight. That's insanity. That's great racing right there. But, I mean, while we wait for these guys to get in the waiting room, just to do a little recap, some of these guys, it's the mistakes that you make yourself that cost you the most. And for some guys like Michael Mueller in the booth here, there ain't nothing you can do about that. There's really not. So the bootlegger's in the booth. He brought her home P2. Wait for our race winner, though. Mueller have to tell Kanata to get up here. He's already got out of his car. He's celebrating. Isn't he, Michael Mueller?
I think he is. I may have to run down there and yell at him.
Hey, he's probably broke out the bootleggers.
I know.
It takes them a minute sometimes. They're going to update the points, man. And what a great show tonight, honestly.
Oh, there he is.
He's there now, so let's get him up here. I got to get that interview going. Josh Kanata.
Hello.
I'd tell you to tell us about your race tonight, but there ain't much to say, man. That 16 car was on rails. Literally.
Yeah, for sure. I saw a bunch of the carnage happen early. I'm just glad I got out of that, and from there it was just about saving the tires, and I got lucky.
I don't think you ever seen it. You don't even know what it was like to run second tonight, do you?
Maybe on the pit cycles, but I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to be mean. I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to. This is a tough track to drive, man. I was just trying to hit my mark every quarter. That's tough.
You hit it, man. You hit it every corner of every lap. But the other thing you did, and we talk about this a lot in the broadcast, and tonight's good proof why. Those green flag pit stops at tracks like Atlanta and Charlotte and Texas are not easy to make. And it's very easy to make a mistake. So not only did you have to be perfect on the racetrack, but more importantly, perfect getting on the pit road. So tell us about your experiences with pit stops tonight.
Yeah, getting off the banking on the worn tires is probably one of the hardest things I've had to do at this track. It was, I mean, I know we had the same issues last week at Charlotte, but I mean, this track is known for chewing them up. I mean, I had to during practice, I overshot the pits probably about, I don't know, a dozen times or something. I had to back up way, way further than I ever thought. And I know a lot of guys, in the first couple of stops, I saw a couple of guys got caught speeding and, took them out of contention. It was really just a matter of getting it woed up, not hitting the cone, not speeding, not locking it up on the banking. It's probably one of the hardest tracks to get on pit road. I mean, it's tough.
And we've seen guys have trouble tonight. Obviously, that wasn't an issue for you. And, man, qualifying on the pole, and I said it even before qualifying. I'm going through the chase drivers, and you're in that list, and I told McCauley, and he could back it up. I said, man, I'm telling you, that 16 car is the guy to watch. I mean, he's just the guy to watch. And then you put it on the pole, and you literally dominated the race. So you proved me right. And I think it was a conversation we might have had a while back. And I could hear it in your voice that when we got down to the chase that you were going to be working hard.
Well, first off, I appreciate that. I know everyone here is working as hard as they can, but it was really just the main goal was to get here. And then as soon as, we reached here, it was, all right, it's go time. Points reset. It's, from here to the end is what matters the most. And I'm glad I was able to get it off to a hot start. I can't say I expected to be on pole or I expected to lead this much. A lot of it came down to just avoiding some of the issues, getting it down on pit road, and a little bit of luck here and there. I'm just glad I got off to a hot start. This will definitely help propel myself up the standings, and who knows, maybe I can keep it going. But week by week.
Well, how do you feel about Pocono next week?
It's not Atlanta. I don't really know. There's a whole corner missing there, Vern. I don't know. It's I don't know how this car is going to do there. It might be a lot of fun. It's probably going to be as difficult as always, if not more. Getting it down into turn one's probably going to be chaos, I'm sure. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff, though, just keeping it clean, getting it woed up on pit road, because it definitely sneaks up on you out of three. I know a lot of guys are kind of questioning how it's going to go next week, just in terms of, it's the weirdest track that we have. That's not really a secret. So that's really why I was glad to get a bit of a head start tonight, just so I have a cushion just in case things go badly next week. But maybe gonna see what I can do.
Well, they were quick on the points update because they're updated, and you did build you a little bit of a cushion there. And you also, when you win the first chase race, you kind of put a little bit of a target on your back, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm just teasing you about that. You have you won in Atlanta by 8.4 seconds, and against the competition, the level of competition you're at, that is not an easy thing to do, Josh. But you were able to pull that off here tonight. Congratulations on the win. You deserve it, and you earned it, buddy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I know was it Cogswell and Tommy Haynes? They were running me down there for a little while when they hooked up, but it really came down to just having the clean pit stops, and I wanted the short pit from the beginning because I know how hard it is to pass here, and even if they had 5 laps, fresher tires and they caught me, I would have probably made my best Newman impression and just tried to make it as hard as I could to pass, but. I'm glad everything worked out tonight. I know my team didn't have the best night, but we were all trying to figure out what to do, and I'm glad our plan worked. So I'm hoping I can help them pick it up next week. I'm sure they will. I know Mueller's sitting in there glaring at me, but
he's in here glaring at you.
Yeah.
I see him sitting over there. Yeah, Mueller, he'll be back next week. I guarantee that.
He's sit down after this because I need to figure out what you did for qualifying. So we're gonna have a sit down after this, and we're gonna figure this out.
I think he put the target on your back, Josh.
I think it was already there. I think he painted it there,
and I know he's one of the guys that's going to be coming after you in Pocono, and that's your own teammate there. So you guys have to work that out on your own.
Mueller's going to be there, I have no doubt, and even. I know
Mraz will be there too.
Mraz will be there. Justin Gannon will be
Justin
there.
Gannon
I know
will be there.
he had issues tonight. Todd finished top 10 anyway, so he's probably fine regardless. I mean, everybody else, I mean, it's Pocono, man. Anything can happen. I'm glad I have this just in case, that target comes back to bite me next week. I have something to get me into the next round at the very least. So,
well, you got 5 positions based off the points there, so that's your safety net.
that'll work. I'll take what I can get.
Josh, you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here, buddy?
I mean, as always, thank you guys for putting it on. Thank you. I know Don, Andy, and Justin, they run this show and they do a good job with it. Everybody that's watching, as always, we have a lot of fun doing this. We have a lot of fun running it, even when things, whether they go our way or not, we all still, we show up to have fun. And I know you guys do the same thing. And it's always a joy to watch these back, even whether I'm winning or whether I'm, heading back on a tow truck. So, just thank you guys for everything, and I hope to be back here next week.
Man, we hope you're back here too, Josh, and we wish you the best of luck running for the championship. But man, let this one soak in because you earned it tonight, buddy.
Thank you, and Mueller, don't dump me next week, please.
I won't dump you. I promise. I can promise you that.
Wait till Miami.
You see what we're getting into here, Macaulay?
Oh, I'm just sitting back and I'm gonna stay out of the way.
Well, I'm gonna get someone up here for you next. I'm bringing a bootlegger up.
I got one last thing before. I know he's gonna come up here after. Today is Casey Duncan's birthday. I know he's sitting in there. I egged him into joining you guys after this. So
all right.
Happy birthday to him. I'm sure you guys be sure to wish him happy birthday. And
absolutely.
I'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
All right, man. Celebrate. Have fun.
Thank you.
I got to figure out how to work this thing again. All right, Macaulay, I'm going to give you the bootlegger.
All right.
And you are up now.
Hey, Tommy Haynes, you got Mike Verne and Mike Mueller in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. It's a heck of a race tonight. I mean, walk us through your race. I know there was that first incident on the first lap, and then it was green the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was holding my breath on that first one. I knew I was going to run into him, and it's probably a good thing I was in the back. I backed her on down a little bit while I wasn't going to run into nobody.
Yeah, so I was got a lot of chase players in that one there in the beginning there.
Yeah, that was a bad one right there. I know it took out Mueller and Justin, and like I said, took a quarter of the field out right there. So.
Yeah, and after that, I mean, how was your car after that? I mean, it seemed like you worked your way up to the front pretty quick, and then you and Cogswell had a heck of a battle there at the end.
Yeah, I topped off on that first caution, and I think I screwed myself and ran too many laps after everybody started pitting. And I got behind there, and then when you don't have no more cautions, it's hard to get bunched back up. I used Todd there a little bit, draft with him, and got back up there in the second and third stint. But the winner there, he checked on that, and it was without a caution, we wasn't gonna catch him.
No, he dominated the race tonight. He checked out real quick. Then, other thing we're going to talk about some of your bootleggers.
Yeah, I need one right now, Vern. I'm getting closer. One more position, and I'll be able to send you some.
Oh, I've been drinking them now. I've been going to the local store down the road and been getting them
don't
now.
worry about me. Macaulay's already fired up.
There you go, man. I was trying tonight. I needed a caution there so we could bunch him back up. I think I'd have had something for him.
Yeah, no, it would have been a good show if it got bunched up at the end to see what would happen there. But
17 was fast, man.
You had to save your tires, man. You had to get the back of your corner up a little bit. If not, at the beginning of the race, I was a little shocked when a couple of us about wrecked even at the beginning because I come off two there in the back end wanted to step out on me, and it didn't do that in practice. So I don't know if it's where we was all bunched together and going a little more fast or what. But once you got some laps on him, it stuck pretty good. But like I said, you had to save them there, especially if you was drafting somebody.
Did it snap loose there because there was too much wheel in the car, or was it just because it seemed like they were tight, and then like 1 and 2, it seemed like everybody was just snapping there for a while?
Yeah, in practice, it didn't feel like that. You could hold it wide open in practice for, I think I'd done it for 15 laps. And then I don't know what it was. Like I said at the beginning, Gary had to wreck, and then on that restart after the first caution, Gary got sideways, and my back end stepped out a little bit too. It was just weird though. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, that was odd watching that. You got anybody you would like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Autos by Nelson, Jalisco Beverage. Like I said, that's the makers of the bootleg. I'd like to thank y'all for your broadcast. Y'all do a heck of a job. Justin, Andy, Nick, everybody in the admin tower. I'm glad to get this one under my belt here. I just wanted to play it kind of safe so I can, get through next week and make it to the next round here.
See, are you looking forward to Pocono?
It's not one of my favorites, but I think with this car, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I expect to be some shifting going on, and like I said, I haven't raced this car or practiced it under Pocono, so I'm going to have to work on that this week probably.
I think the bootlegger's coming out next week, McCauley.
Yeah, I'll get telling
No,
you.
they're coming out this week. They're out.
I've got a bunch of thirds, and a second now. I need that one. I need the number one spot. It's coming. I got some good tracks coming up. Let's get by Pocono. After that, we'll be good. I'm good at Homestead, Dover, Chicagoland. That's going to be a freaking draft fest, probably. Probably have to save little tires once you get going though. But I think Homestead is going to be fun. I just want to be in the thick of it at Homestead. I want a little sniff of it there.
Smell like some peach. Johnny Bootlegger.
Need to try the mango moonshine. That's the best one.
Mango
Yeah,
moonshine.
I like the blue raspberry one.
Oh yeah, I put a bunch of bootleggers up today at work. I work at Budweiser, and we distributed bootleggers. And dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man, they up where we at, boy, they drink a crap out of them things.
They do where McCauley's at too. He told me that what was it the other day that you went to the store and they didn't have no bootleggers.
Yeah, they were sold out of them.
Now, yeah, they tell them that's a no.
They need to stock more, don't they?
Where you from, McCully?
PA.
Yeah, actually they make that in Canada is where it's at. That's where they make it. At. Yeah. So.
Yeah, like I said, they're good. I've tried every single one so far.
Oh yeah, they are.
More than once.
Yep.
Get you about 3 or 4. Hey, them things are good to have in the deer stand when you're hunting. When it's cold, you can just flask it on up there. You're good to go.
I'll keep that in mind.
He drinks them a lot when his girlfriend's enjoying the butt kicker.
Oh yeah, I've been on the Bush Light apple kick here lately. I like them. I need to get a paint scheme with the Bush Light apple. But
there you go.
Yeah, my buddy there that Splash and Go Graphics, I got him to do me an Xfinity car with it, but I didn't get him to do the Cup car. So hey, that may be something for next year. We'll see.
We look forward to it.
Oh yeah, like I said, if I can get that wind bird, I'm gonna send y'all some Johnny Bootlegger merchandise.
I'm waiting for it. I'm
Yes,
waiting
sir.
for it, man. Shirts and hats, koozies, whatever.
Oh yeah, we'll fix y'all right up.
Oh, I'm digging it, man. I'm pulling for the 17. I ain't lying.
I'm looking forward to it.
McCauley.
We'll get it, man. Just stay out of trouble and just need to be there for that last race, and let's just make it through these cuts here.
I'm pretty sure that McCauley's been buying enough of those things to cover all that merchandise.
How much they going for up in PA, McCullough?
$250.
We get them 2 for $4 down here in Virginia.
I'm going
You
for a
need to
road
take trip. McCauley's got to take a road trip this weekend.
Actually, we sell the 350 milliliter bottle. It's the next size up from the small one. We got the bigger bottles too.
Yeah, we don't have those. We only have the small ones.
Oh yeah, them big ones get you right. About 2 or 3, you'll be feeling good.
Yeah, I need to find those.
Well, it's good talking to y'all again. I enjoy talking to y'all every week.
You too. I think we got another interview down
y'all
there we got to get to,
yeah,
Tommy.
Take care of Jonathan. It was good racing with him, man. That was fun. I could get him. I could tell I was a little bit better than he was, and I thought maybe he took 2 tires on that last stop because I could get a heck of a run on him. But I didn't know if he was just playing with me.
I think he might have been a little bent on his car. I think it might have had a little damage on it, and that could have been it. But, man, great run tonight. Good luck to you at Pocono, buddy.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good week.
You too.
You too.
All right.
I think I'm getting dumber, McCauley. I forgot how to move people.
You do it every week.
I know. Jonathan Cogswell, we got you up in the broadcast booth. Vernon, Michael, you got a copy, buddy?
Woohoo! Sure do.
Top 3 tonight, man, and you battled for it. Looked like you were going to be second, and then it looked like you were going to be third. And then it looked like you were going to be second, and then it looked kind of that whole thing going on.
I've waited 2 seasons for this interview. It's my first podium in 2 seasons.
Oh, my gosh, you're kidding me.
No,
I could have
plus,
swore
I
I've
don't
had
have
you
a
up here
team.
before.
No, you haven't.
Huh. Darn it, man.
And I'm not on a team. It's me against everybody.
Well, I think you need to find a teammate.
Well, I hope so for next season. Now they're all talking to me now.
I'll tell you what, you made the chase. The 27 car was fast tonight. You had it dialed in at Atlanta. Have you been working on it for the chase here, or?
No, actually, I was looking at the schedule for the chase, and I figured this is going to be my weakest one. Homestead's like my strongest, and that's the last. So I'm off to a great start. I mean, I'm looking good.
Yeah, you put a top podium finish in Atlanta, man. Chase race number 1. That's got to feel good. No doubt about it. How was that battle with the bootlegger, Tommy Haynes, that 17 car?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I wasn't sure he was going to let me take his spot, but he let me a couple times, and we switched back and forth, and we kept it clean. It was fun.
I think you had a couple lap fresher tires than he did there on that last run, but did your car have a little bit of damage on it?
No, I didn't have no damage, but I thought the guy behind me was going to push me past him there at the finish line, but he didn't quite make it. He tried.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite give you a big enough boost there when you needed it, Jonathan. But you're right. Them guys were trying. They were, I think that was a 14 in the 22 car.
Yeah, I think he let me get past him and let me be a speed demon while he sat there in the draft with them other guys and saved those tires for that last lap.
Well, and let me tell you, man, big accomplishment. You guys had one caution flag early, and then you went the rest of the race literally on that long of a green flag run, and you had to make, 3 or 4 green flag pit stops tonight?
Yeah, green's the way I like it.
So there's 3 or 4 opportunities to make a mistake, and we've seen drivers do that tonight, but you were able to escape those mistakes and put it on the podium tonight with the 27 car.
I feel for Casey because Casey was he's going to take my podium away from me, but something happened to him in the pits, and it allowed me to get the podium tonight.
I'll tell you, man, it's hard to believe it's the first time we've had you up here, but it's darn good to have you up here.
Where's Nathan?
He is he's abducted by aliens, is what me and Michael McCauley are thinking.
Oh no, I hope that's not the probing kind.
Actually, it's 10. If anybody's going to get probed by him, Jonathan, it's Nation. He actually, I think he's off tonight, in fact.
Yeah,
Where is Nation? I just thought about that, McCauley. I talked to him earlier, and he's not working tonight, so he's sleeping is what he's doing.
That's what I'm going to be doing here shortly.
Yeah, I'm not too far from it myself, and probably McCauley's not. He's probably only another couple sips of a bootlegger away from it, and
Yeah, I'm working my way.
he's going to do that. He'll be sleeping whether he wants to or not. It won't be on his own terms, is what I'm saying. But Jonathan, man, tell us about the remainder of this chase schedule. And sum it up quickly. You're coming up to what? Pocono, Dover, Chicago. You said Homestead's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, I've been in leagues for the last 4 or 5 years, and Homestead's always on a schedule in the playoffs. In Dover, I used to hate until I got better at it.
Dover's just one of them tracks that once you learn it, you either know how to drive Dover or you don't.
In Chicagoland, I finally found the racing line, and I've been good at it ever since. But Pocono is going to be tough for me, probably tougher than tonight.
So the podium finish here got you your first interview in the WFO booth, man, and we love it, dude. We're happy to have you up here.
And I love these next-gen cars. I got them on another league on Sunday, and it's like, man, these cars are crap.
We need to, what do you say we go 4 more interviews? to finish out
Yeah,
the season with you.
It's not impossible.
It's not, man. And I'm telling you, the car looked good tonight. You have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth?
Well, I'd like to thank my guys at English Excavating at work. They cheer me on and stuff. One time I won a league, and they had a checkered flag, and they waved it when I came into work. They're a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
And I thank you guys for every week coming here and doing a podcast. I'd like to thank Swift. They're really some upstanding guys, and it's great to race with these guys. I really love it.
Yeah, it's great to be over here and broadcast for you guys, and you drivers always put on a great show, and I know that me and Macaulay appreciate the heck out of it, and I'm sure all the fans do, Jonathan. But we're proud of you on that top 3 tonight, man.
Yeah, I earned it.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. It's been a long time coming.
And go back and rewatch it, man. You and that 17 put on a great show that whole last run. And
it was
back and forth.
Put up a like.
It was back and forth, man. It was just a good battle, and I know me and Macaulay and even Michael Mueller. That's all we were talking about towards the end there, wasn't it, Macaulay?
Yeah, we were just watching the battle.
Guys put on a heck of a show out there, and I'm happy that it got you and the 27 team on the podium there. And we wish you the best of luck, not only in the chase, but at Pocono next week there, Jonathan.
Modern day gladiators.
There you go, man. But have a good night, and hopefully we'll get you in here again.
You will. I know you will. We'll see you soon.
All right, that 27 car, he's telling us he's going to be back next week there, Macaulay.
Yep, we expect it now.
And we wish him the best of luck. I didn't realize we had him in the booth before. So maybe if we can get him back in here next week, we can get Nation to give him an interview.
Yeah, that'd be good.
He asked about Nation specifically, so maybe we can get him to give Jonathan Cogswell an interview.
Yeah, as long as aliens bring him back.
We're going to sum it up, I guess. Happy birthday, Casey Duncan. I know he was down there in the waiting room for a little bit, but he probably couldn't wait no more.
Maybe he fell asleep.
So he might have fell asleep, but it's his birthday, so happy birthday to you, Casey Duncan. Good to see, man. You had a fast car tonight. Had a little bad luck on pit road. We hated to see it, man. We really did. He was the one that got turned on pit road, Macaulay.
Yeah, he was. He was having a good race until. I mean, he still had a good solid race. Yeah, second finish race.
Yeah, what was that? That was the last pit stop, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the final pit stop there.
Man, because we said it would have some implications for people, and it did. And you hate that, man, and you hate it for guys like Michael Mueller in the 51, the 30 car, Justin Gann, having issues tonight, and probably 4 or 5 chase drivers we've seen. Maybe more, maybe 6 or 7. Just big issues here tonight, and whether it was from speeding on pit road, getting, wrecking on pit road, getting caught up in that first caution, and then we had another one that looked like it should have been a caution that wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, two times we had the 26 and 11, and then the 99 when he spun out in the backstretch.
So there's definitely some things that you hate it for some of the drivers, but that's racing, man. It doesn't matter, regular season, chase race, or whatever. It's still a points race, and it's racing. You hate it for them, but I can tell you there's a lot of guys that could go to Pocono next week and win.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild card race, I think.
Yeah, this doesn't change that, but for the 16 car of Josh Kanata, man, congratulations to Kanata. He was certainly the class of the field here tonight, Macaulay.
Yeah, definitely.
He was the class of the field. We're going to pull up the results real quick because we like to do that before we close out these broadcasts. So your winner tonight, 16 of Joshua Kanata. Second place was a bootlegger, Tommy Haynes. He's getting closer. He's getting closer, and we're going to get us some bootlegger gear.
Yeah.
All right. And Jonathan Cogswell, really good dude. I did not realize that's the first time we had him in here, but he said it was. So congrats on him for the top 3. The birthday guy himself there, Casey Duncan in the 18. And then you had Mitchell not Michael, but Mitchell Robinson in the 87, bringing it home in the top 5 tonight. Chad Osborne in the 5, back in 6th. The 22 of Todd Cray brought it home 7th. The 18 of James Ganir, or 14 of James Ganir, in 8th. And in 9th was the 00 of Nick Hunt, and in 10th was the 10 of Gary May. You want the next ones?
Yeah, I can do the next ones. And then in 11th, was caught up in the first caution there was Justin Gann. Stayed in the race and finished 11th. 12th, we had Gary Wells. 13th was John Wimbish. 14th was Jarrett Lipster. 15th, Michael Robinson. 16th, missed a spot there. 16th, Derek Rowley. And then rounding out the field, he was actually in the booth with us for a while, was Michael Mueller.
Yeah, Mueller in 17th there. Bad start to the chase for him, but he was he didn't seem too distraught about it, which is a good sign. He'll be able to carry in the Pocono and just let it rip, McCauley.
Yeah, he'll recover from it.
He'll recover from it. That's exactly right. And that's your race results. That's chase race number 1 in the books, literally, just like that. We wasn't in the chase, and then we was in the chase, and now you got I'll tell you, Kanada's got a 5-point lead over Cogswell and Haynes going into next week.
Yeah, it's a good lead to have.
5 positions basically on the racetrack, I think. Then you got Duncan, good finish here tonight, even though he had trouble on pit road, sitting in 4th in points right now, and he's only a couple back from that second place spot, about 7 back from the leader. And then your top 5 in points is going to be Chad Osborne in that 5 car. He's about 9 back right now from the lead and about 2 back from Duncan. So that's your top 5 in points, but the points are still tight after race number 1. Todd Cray back there is only a point back, only 10 off the lead and a point back from Osborne. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's anybody's game yet.
Mathematically, I think the only one really real far back is Mraz. And I don't think Mraz even made the start in the 4 car, did he?
No, I didn't see him.
No, Mraz didn't make the start in the 4 car tonight, so we're not sure what happened there. And hopefully everything's okay with Andrew. Might have got caught up at work or something, but man, that's it. I mean, we could sit here and talk about racing and bootleggers all night long, but I just don't see no reason to, McCauley. But it was fun broadcast. Always good having you in the booth, and just great guys that we interview over here. Always have fun with them.
Yeah, no, the interviews are always fun.
They really are, and it was worth it, man. The whole race, everything, just a great chase race, and you got to put a like on the broadcast for that. Honestly, these guys put on a heck of a show, and Josh Kanata, I mean, awesome run for him. Class of the field tonight. And we'll see how tough. I'm sure the 16 going to be tough at Pocono next week. But there's probably about 10 or 15 other guys that will be too, McCauley.
Yeah. All your chase drivers will be. They're in the chase for a reason.
They're going to be double tough next week at Pocono.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great race. You're not going to want to miss that one. That's going to be next Thursday night. And we'll be in the booth again, me and Michael McCauley. And we got 4 of them left after tonight. 4 chase races left, and that's going to end our season here. But we want to thank everyone that tunes into these things week in and week out. Make sure that you like, comment, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Chat it up when we're on the live stream. Don't be afraid to comment in there. We'll talk to you, whatever we need to do. But we like to keep the broadcast fun and let the seriousness stay in the racing, right, Michael McCauley?
Yep.
And besides that, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and have a safe weekend. We'll see you back here next week. Have a great night.